Werbung. used to have what called Bud Plan.
You definitely want to go check it out because we are awarding prizes daily. You don't want to miss out on that and all of our exclusives just for you guys. Check it out. See you.
You don't have like a tester helmet, so I don't have to open this out of the box. So I can take a picture.
Yeah, me too. Oh, really?
Use it real quick. Yeah, you take a picture, you come back.
Never would have done that.
Yeah, but look at those hoodies.
I'll look at the hoodies right now.
No, I represent a decently sized artist collective. I just, you know,
That's awesome.
If you're going like that, so you don't end up having 1,000 copies in your garage. You can put 1,000 copies in our garage and pay us for it. But definitely here.
I just grabbed one. Thank you so much.
My stuff I do too. Have I been like that? But this is my stuff.
I love this whole welcome to the show.
The exhibit hall will be closing in 15 minutes. up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, but I mean,
Thank you, man.
From Tokyo, Japan.
Thanks.
Murphy from Guardians of the Galaxy signing on the patio right now, y'all. Let's go. Come on in. Whatnot Hero House. Let's go.
Come on in. Welcome.
Thank you.
Join us at San Diego Comic-Con 2023 Gaslamp Quarter, guys. You can always trust this amazing board, right? We have 360.
Eric, should we run straight to camera?
Yeah.
Stop.
Ever since yesterday, I can't stop thinking.
You like some mochi, buddy? Oh. There you go. Let's go get your mochi. It's popped right here.
does that automatically make it a Jewish story?
That's probably the most loaded question you have. I think the definition of a Jewish story changes from person to person. I believe that Judaism has a richness to its history, a richness to its people. You could have a story that has a Jewish non-creator, a Jewish non-Jewish artist. If the content is about a Jewish story, it's a Jewish story. What we're trying to do is kind of take the loaded part out of that and actually make it more that the Jewish part of the story is what stands out, whether it is the messaging, whether it is the creator. It's like for comics for years, since the beginning of comic creation, really, it's been Jews all across the board. But the fact that they're Jewish has been hidden. The fact that there's Judaism infused in their characters has been hidden. It's time for that not to be the case anymore. We should be standing up and authentically represented. So the answer, hopefully, next year to that will be much clearer. Today it really is, I think, a very difficult question to answer because what's Jewish to me may be different than what's Jewish to you or anybody in the room here. So the answer is yes and no.
I think that a creator does not have to be Jewish specifically, but it helps because there's something about when you hire an artist from Singapore to draw a yarmulke that never quite looks right. and I think you know what I mean. And I think another thing that helps is if the creator is circumcised, big thumbs up for that. But mostly, it's about the content itself. And I think that the Jewish comics need to be a cut above. That's not intended pun. And the reason why, is because you need to have stories that are elevated, that are moral, that are ethical, that in some way do tikkun olam, that they make the world a better place. I think I read some rabbinical advice, or heard some rabbinical advice recently, I don't know if it's from the Talmud or Stan Lee, from either one. And it said the main job of a Jewish person or a person of faith is to leave whatever you're doing better than when you found it. And I think that if we're going to do Jewish comics, the people who work on it and the content that we create need to reach, to borrow from, what was that, Hot Company, Hebrew National, we adhere to a higher authority, right?
We can see Jewish influences in so much of it. But we also have to look at the reception and say, who are the Jewish comics intended for? So when I read comics, I'm a Jewish historian, I see it everywhere. But a lot of my friends don't even recognize what I see as clearly and overtly Jewish. So for them, what Arnon is doing, what Rami is doing, what David is doing, what Gordon is doing, it's important that it be really overtly Jewish. That someone who's not, a member of the tribe can look and say there are Jewish comics in the world and I recognize them as such. I think that there are two really different values there, and both are worth discussing.
I think what makes it a Jewish story is bringing Jewish values into it somehow. Because, an ethnic Jewish mention is like any other kind of tokenism that you would have a certain ethnicity. We have a certain ethnicity in the character, but it doesn't bring the uniqueness of whatever that identity is. So I think it has to have Jewish values in it. Something as simple as Stan Lee's old adage for Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility, is like, that's, a Jew's obligation to do tzedakah, charity. So the old guys brought all that Jewishness in. Yes, they were Jewish, but they didn't necessarily have to be Jewish to bring those values in. So I think you have to bring those values in. That's what we're trying to do with that.
This is also the first time to give users touch feedback. So when you actually touch the fingers on here, you can actually feel it. And so this is 85-year-old triple amputee EQ Sylvester grasping a hollow eggshell while blindfolded without cracking it because of the touch feedback that's on here. Other things is it's the fastest bionic hand on the market. It closes in 200 milliseconds. So it's faster than technically the blink of an eye, which is 300 milliseconds. And so this was actually banned 3 minutes after you put the hand on for the very first time. someone threw him a water bottle and he was able to catch it. And then this is me. Would you like to examine the board to make sure that we're not faking this? Does it feel real? Yeah. All right, great. Confirm. Would you confirm?
No.
It still works. What I want you to do is take your right hand and then place it in front of this camera, and then bend your fingers. And so, in real time, it's mimicking the exact same movements that they have right on their hand. So, and this is the next level, right? So we're about to start clinical trials soon with some of our partners on these nerve implants. And the idea is that hopefully we'll be able to get people to play piano or type on a keyboard again with this kind of technology. So this is what we'll have you guys to look forward to in the coming years. So thank you.
This is a really special one for me because today, as my guests, I have two comic book legends who have served as mentors and inspiration as me since I was young and have helped me get to the path where I am in terms of being able to critique art, to be editor-in-chief, to becoming talent manager, all the positions I've had in Marvel. So, without further ado, please let me introduce Joe Quesada. And you know him, you love him, one of the most esteemed pencilers for the longest careers in comics, Mr. John Romita Jr.
I wanted to get back on Spider-Man. I also wanted to get back on Daredevil. The X-Men, I was a little bit nervous of doing a group book, but it was a nice offer. However, working on Spider-Man again was like coming home, and as simple as that. I got a chance to do it again, I'm very happy. And it's a great conversation piece. What do you do for a living? I draw Spider-Man.
Basically what we're going to be seeing here is Howard getting a look through the multiverse and what his life could have been in other places over the last 50 years in the Marvel Universe. So this is coming out in November 2023. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a really wonderful special by number of, just a couple more artists are joining as well. So please, if you're a Howard the Duck fan, this is not to be missed. But this is a change that will stick around for Natasha as she goes through some new adventures in the Marvel Universe 2023 and 2024. And here you're going to see that designed by Cafu, just simply amazing. And just encourage everybody, if you like the Black Widow and if you like Venom, this is a story that is definitely not to be missed. Now, as comic book readers, as comic book editors, as comic book artists, there's characters we were just talking about that you like and you don't like. But you have to remember that every character, if you like them or not, is somebody's favorite character. And you have to treat every character with respect, and you can't put a lot of personal opinion onto how you're going to tell those stories or what you're going to do with those characters. You don't want to come in and say, like, you know what, I hate Howard the Duck. First order of business, we're killing Howard the Duck, we're killing Warlock, and we're killing the Runaways.
I clearly hated Mary Jane.
Oh.
And I hated marriage. I hate all of this.
I wasn't going to answer. It's very rare to work with a parent, especially in a high caliber in a career like that. What's your favorite memory with your dad working in comic books?
There's an image that I have on my wall, and I have the original. It's Spider-Man on that dome in the rain that we did for, I forgot the sole purpose of that, but that piece to me means a lot because he saved it. It was okay when I did it. He made it great. And it means a lot because that rain, the scenes that I've done similar to it in rain always come back because of him. It took us to see movies that seem to have Philip Marlowe in the rain with the water bouncing off his hat all the time. And that figure of him on the dome is the single most favorite piece I've ever worked on with him. Like I said, anything he's done, he's always fixed. That one is special.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hey, Alexi, why don't you come up here? I want to give you, since you asked such a great question, this is a special edition Spider-Man book. Only 1 in 25 available in the world. We're going to be giving out some more.
All right, and so as we do this though, a lot of things aren't out there already. And the beauty is that as comics and graphic novels become more and more accepted as a form of media, which is a very valid form of media for learning in the classroom, there needs to be resources that are being developed. And luckily we have some folks on this panel who are doing some of that work. Ed, do you want to talk a little bit about this slide that you have here? You have,
I've challenged myself to teach a class where students can create a comic book. That can happen on my back, you have to be ready. Sometimes I don't have the books with me. I can't carry my entire 18 boxes of comic books into the classroom. So everything's web-based. So I've developed a curriculum. So we have an artist of the week. Leaflet just happened to be one of the artists of Lumberjanes. And from that, I have my kids produce art. It's a skill in the craft of creating comic books. So a comic book is in between a painting and a film. So at every panel, you have to move the story forward. There has to be a social commentary. You gotta have beginning, middle, and end. And from that, and then one of my students created a beautiful comic book about love and pain as a teenager.
And with that is our panel. Our QR code is here so you can access the slides and resources we talked about today. I have my card and would be happy to connect with you if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and we will see you again next year.